Okay, so next topic, Jake, is a little bit more of a speculative one, not so much of a breaking news story or anything like that. I just kind of want to get your take on this situation as it develops. Esports betting, specifically, putting real money down on esports events.
Is a topic.
It is, right? And that's why I kind of find it interesting to talk about right now. We just saw legislation start to get passed in New Jersey, allowing a little bit more freedom so far as esports betting. Still very much illegal across the wide majority of the United States. Several other countries have very strict regulations on it, if they allow it at all. And I think many people are pushing for it to be legalized because they see a lot of potential in it. But at the same time, I feel like the esports community has seen quite a few, let's say, negative incidents with betting specifically.
Bad eggs.
Yeah. Bad eggs is a good phrase for it, yeah.
Thank you.
Bad eggs. Because they definitely don't represent the broader community as a whole.
Not at all.
Yeah, but their negative impact has still been felt like so many years later.
Let's clarify, do you mean sports betting as in like on matches? So esports betting as in like bet on matches?
Yeah, betting on matches, which, it is a very clear distinction, but at the same time,
I think unfortunately enough, it usually gets wrapped up.
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
if you say betting, people know, but people also associate that with gambling, which is the skin side of things. If any game has a skin out there, you likely can gamble it, and that's where a lot of the bad eggs do come from. A general take is I think that when it comes to the economics of it, if we can get, betting for esports and maybe that takes away from the gambling side a bit.
Right. Like, formalize things a little bit.
Yeah. As long as it's not too egregious, obviously you want to promote doing that in a healthy manner, if that's a good way to say it.
Right.
I will say my first thought is, okay, if we have an established betting scene or if it does take off, that generally means a more thriving industry. We've seen that with sports for sure, and we've seen that with individual states like here in Nevada. It can obviously do a lot for the economics of anything it touches.
Our economy is basically built off of that at this point.
Yeah, and so I think, and we've already seen casinos enter and sponsor some teams out there. We've seen betting sites do the same. So I'm all for it because if it's done correctly, I know you would take that side as well.
Yeah.
If it's taught correctly, if underage is definitely kept under control, because that can be such a brutal pathway for young teens to grow up betting and all of a sudden you're a degenerate, and that does happen. It can be kind of that of a gateway. So if it's done correctly, I think it can certainly bolster the esports scene, and I'm certainly a fan of it myself.
Yeah, for sure.
If it's done well.
Yeah,
I don't want
huge caveat, huge asterisk. If it's done well, it needs to be done properly. And you know what? I do think one of the ways we could get there eventually, and not to say that I trust game developers when it comes to monetization, because I absolutely don't. We've seen tons of examples of them abusing their power in that respect.
Yeah.
But I do think perhaps, if Blizzard got involved and was like, okay, we're running Overwatch betting through our own platform. That way they have all the data. They can regulate it properly. They know they have a better reach. They have a better feel for how old their consumers are.
Yeah.
And they can properly regulate that and everything. And that could be the future of monetization, because we know loot boxes are going away one day or another. We know Battle Pass doesn't necessarily work for every single game, and managing like 5 Battle Passes at one time is just not doable. Like nobody has that time.
Yeah.
So.
More to you. If it's properly regulated, if it's done correctly, I think we can both agree it would help the scene.
Right.
And if it takes away from the gambling / loot box side and we head towards that direction, I mean, we don't see traditional sports have skin betting or gambling. Like we only see them have.
We really don't. Yeah.
I think it all depends how it works out, and I think we're definitely going that direction. We see gigantic figures in sports that are also connected to sports betting. Mark Cuban, world-renowned billionaire. I'm sure you guys know the name. He's tied to esports betting already. He sees it as the future, and so I think it'll be a long-term play.
Yeah, absolutely. As everything in esports is at this point.
Especially now with bubble year and Corona.
Ooh,
but
do you see how much Astralis reported in losses?
Oh, yeah. I didn't only see it. We reported on it, and that video is doing quite well. No mean to brag, but that's a
in-video plug.
Yeah, that's a different
check that out.
different video, different talk for a different time is the financials of these esports organizations.
Yeah.
But I think for sure the future is betting. We'll just see how it plays out.